So tell me about your favorite part of playing Bilbo and sort of relating him to the lobbyists of today, and if anything surprised you learning about that story.
I liked that in this sort of very difficult context, I was able to just have a lot of fun. That's really what I liked most about it. And, you know, I liked what he liked. I really liked what he liked. I liked enjoying myself within the scenes and on the set, and so did he. And I liked dressing up in great clothing, and so did he. And I liked smoking cigars, and so did he. And drinking and eating and laughing, and so did he. I liked all that. In terms of lobbyists today, I mean, lobbyists are part of the machinery in Washington today, without question. But I think to a great degree, they're professional lobbyists. That's what their job is. They have an office set up for that. They have a staff that's set up for that. They have their ticket broker that's set up for that. And, you know, they've got a lot going on that is just about that. These guys were, I mean, Bilbo was sort of slumming, really. I mean, he was a very successful attorney in Nashville. He'd made a lot of money on some land deals, the coal business. And he did this because he had a great interest in it. He was a devout unionist. He felt very strongly about that. And this amendment. And he'd known Seward from the past. They'd both been members of the same political party and so on. But, you know, I don't think he didn't have an office. He wasn't a professional lobbyist. So it's shooting from the hip to a certain degree. And that's always fun. That's fun to portray somebody who's, you know, an amateur.
Great. Tell me about playing opposite Daniel Day-Lewis in this film. Well, what was interesting about watching him inhabit that character, and how did it help you inhabit yours? Maybe?
Well, when I met him, he'd done that already. You know, he'd been working, I think they'd shot 10 days or 2 weeks or something before I came on. And then I was on till the end of the shoot, because the character of Bilbo is sort of sprinkled throughout the entire film. So he was already in it, as was everybody. You know, we're shooting in Richmond, Virginia, which is steeped in that history and that specific time. Everybody had been, so everybody's head was in it by the time I arrived. So it was very easy to sort of enter that world and inhabit it. And playing across from Daniel was delightful because of that. You know, he had already been living that for a little bit. So it was, and I think he was also, I know, he wrote me a note before we ended up working together that, you know, that he was hoping that I would be as naughty as I could be, and I tried. So I know that the scenes that we had together that have an irreverent quality about them were an opportunity for him also to lighten his load. And for him, you know, Lincoln had a great sense of humor, you know, and I think he had an appreciation for people. And we had a grand time.
I mean, we are completely transported to the White House of 1865 in this film. The attention to detail, the authenticity is quite remarkable. Talk about having that environment around you and, you know, how that affected your work.
It just makes it easier. I mean, you know, an actor's job inherently is trying to inhabit a time and a place and a character, you know, and a life. And, you know, it just makes it easier if it's much more, feels much more authentic around you. You know, it just makes it easier to absorb it all. And everything you absorb then comes back out, you know, so just just makes it easier, I think. And it's more fun. I mean, it's nice to, I don't know, I love that part of it. You know, I like that you can pick something up and play with it and look at something and it's all the right thing, you know, I like that.